Welcome back to our channel, fellow travelers. Today, we're thrilled to take you on an extraordinary journey through the 10 best scenic drives in the world. Imagine cruising along the winding roads of the Amalfi Coast in Italy, where the azure sea meets dramatic cliffs, or navigating the majestic Icefields Parkway in Canada, surrounded by towering glaciers and pristine lakes. These routes are not just roads, they're gateways to some of the most awe-inspiring landscapes on our planet. So fasten your seatbelts, grab your camera, and let's embark on this visual feast of natural beauty and adventure. Ready to explore? Let's hit the road. Nothing compares to a road trip's breathtaking vistas, unexpected detours, and quality time spent with friends or alone yourself. However, choosing the optimal path can be challenging given the vast number of miles of roads that span the entire world. These 10 road journeys are among the best in the world. Number 10. Scale the Trans-Andean Highway's switchbacks. The Trans-Andean Highway, which winds over more than 200 miles of mountain passes between the thriving city of Chile and the Mendoza wine region of western Argentina, offers more thrills than a theme park. The entire journey is retraced by a former railway, which only heightens the roller coaster experience. The difficult route, which passes across the southern cone of the continent and is an important trade route, has breathtaking views. On the Chilean side of the Andes, 29 hairpin twists ascend approximately 11,500 feet, while on the Argentine side, motorists can catch a view of Mount Aconcagua, which is the highest peak in the Western Hemisphere at 22,841 feet. Be aware of delays when crossing borders at the Christ the Redeemer International Pass, which is named after a 4-ton monument erected there in 1904. The tunnel is almost 2 miles long. Number 9. Take in the views as you travel the Blue Ridge Parkway. The Blue Ridge Parkway wends its way between the Shenandoah Mountains in Virginia and the Great Smoky Mountains in North Carolina. It winds along ridgetops through fertile valleys and past Mount Mitchell, the highest point east of the Mississippi. The traffic light-free route offers lots of opportunities for diversions worth stopping for, but it is also feasible to drive it without stopping. Discoverers can hike Sharp Top Mountain, enjoy cornmeal cakes at the Old Mabry Mill, or stroll under the Flat Top Manor's white oaks, red maples, mountain magnolias, black cherries, and tulip poplars while listening to bluegrass music. The parkway is equally breathtaking in other seasons, especially spring, when wild ginger, trout lilies, and jack-in-the-pulpit wildflowers bloom, even though many people drive it in the fall for its striking leaves. Number 8. Brave the Death Road in Bolivia. In the Bolivian highlands, skydivers and automobiles are separated by nothing more than a lane for around 65 kilometers. North Yungas Road descends from the outskirts of La Paz to the subtropical hamlet of Coroico. It contains a 25-mile route known as the Death Road, which is dotted with memorial crosses. Despite the completion of a paved and safer alternative to Death Road, vehicles and mountain bikers continue to brave the one-lane path via La Cumbre Pass, which is situated on a desolate 15,000-foot ridge. Although it's customary to drive on the right in Bolivia, it's recommended that drivers use the left lane on North Yungas to better judge the distance between the wheels and the guardrail-free edge of the road, which descends into the valleys below. Number 7. Go via a little mountain tunnel in China. Following generations of seclusion, the Guoliang peasants made the decision in 1972 to create their own path across the inaccessible Taihang Mountains in northeastern China. For a very long time, they had depended on a precipitous mountain path called the Heaven Ladder. Then, using only heavy hammers and steel drill rods, 12 local men took 6 years to carefully cut a rough entrance into the rock. Just 19 feet wide and 13 feet high, the Guoliang Tunnel Road, officially named the Precipice Long Corridor, has ragged open windows that look out over views of the gorge hundreds of feet below. There is chicken wire at the entrance of this winding tunnel, which has severely broken granite walls. It is advisable for motorists to activate their headlights and sound their horns as they are passing. Number 6. Take a fast spin around the High Alpine Road in Austria. Classic BMWs and roadsters zoom over the curves of the Grossglockner High Alpine Road between the Austrian regions of Salzburg and Carinthia, climbing approximately 3,000 feet in less than 30 miles. The Alpine peaks are circled overhead by golden eagles and griffon vultures, and among brown bears and wolves, uncommon ibex and plump marmots can be found. The largest nature reserve in the Alps and a favorite destination for cyclists and hikers, Hohe Tauern National Park is accessible to automobiles via the Joyride. There is a toll on the Grossglockner, around €34.50 or $38. A funicular at the Kaiser Franz Joseph's Hohe Visitors Center takes visitors to an overlook of the massive Pastors Glacier between May and November. Number 5. Take a drive along one of the most picturesque roads in New Zealand. The best kind of driver's dilemma is found in the southwest corner of the South Island of New Zealand. Should you speed down wide-open highways or take your time to soak in the scenery? Proceed south on state routes besides Lake Wakatipu from Queenstown until you reach Milford Road, also known as Highway 94. The vista-filled high-altitude path winds its way north through rainforests and past the snow-capped Ailsa Mountains, arriving at the tea-colored, mirror-like waters of Milford Sound, a marine reserve that is home to New Zealand fur seals, penguins, and dolphins. The avenue of the disappearing mountain, where the top appears to decrease as visitors approach it, is where the Milford Road eventually connects. At Lake Gunn, drivers pause for a little nature tour. Number 4. Take a trip down the historic Columbia River Highway and travel back in time. The narrow 2-lane historic Columbia River Highway was completed in 1922 and is the first designed scenic drive in the United States. It was later superseded by an interstate. The path runs along the Columbia River Gorge in Oregon, passing 6 state parks, 7 waterfalls, and on clear days, the peak of Mount St. Helens and 5 other mountain peaks. Though breathtaking throughout the year, the route is most lovely in the spring when native wildflowers blossom and in the winter when frozen waterfalls and enormous icicles dangle from elegantly arched bridges. The Vista House, an attractive Art Nouveau observatory 733 feet above the Columbia River, is a stop for vehicles at Crown Point. Number 3. Experience terror in the Transylvanian Alps. North-south Transfagorison Road connects the 2 highest peaks of Romania. It is a winding, mile-high road. Perhaps the most famous person in the area is Vlad the Impaler, the prince who served as the model for Dracula in Bram Stoker's novel. Visitors can see the 700-year-old Pomneri Castle ruins after taking a picturesque drive via the Arges River, the crescent-shaped rim of Vijaru Dam, and the Emerald Vijaru Lake. Visit the 20-story Balia Waterfall and ride the red cable car up to Balia Lake, where there are 2 year-round chalets and an ice hotel that is constructed from the ground up every winter. As if traversing 27 bridges and aqueducts, negotiating a dark tunnel, and being alert for straggling flocks of sheep on the route weren't difficult enough, Transfagorison Route is only consistently open due to dangerous weather conditions from late June to mid-October. Number 2. Take a tour of the Canadian Rockies. The 144-mile Icefields Parkway connects Banff and Jasper National Parks and immerses travelers in the majestic Canadian Rockies. Look out for sightings of black bears, grizzlies, moose, bighorn sheep, and caribou. You may also easily catch a glimpse of bizarre, upside-down scenes in the parkway's mirrored glacier lakes. Unless there's a bear on the side of the road, traffic is normally sparse. Number 1. Ascend the Moroccan Mountains. The Atlas Mountain Road in Morocco puts drivers to the test with its 2 guardrail-free, narrow lanes winding around too many blind corners to list. The 116-mile journey climbs more than 6,000 feet from Marrakech over the high Atlas Mountains and then descends back to the desert oasis of Ouarzazate, stopping along the way to enjoy the surreal scenery that can be seen from Tizian Tikka Pass. There are a variety of roadblocks along the route, from goats, camels, and mules to erratic surface conditions. Thank you for joining us on this scenic adventure. We hope you enjoyed this virtual road trip through some of the world's most beautiful drives. If you loved this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more travel inspiration and guides. We'd love to hear from you. Share your favorite scenic drive in the comments below and let us know which destination you'd like us to explore next. Until then, keep your wanderlust alive, stay curious, and keep exploring. See you in the next video, and happy travels.